Hi, I'm Sarah and welcome to Style and Stitch. In today's video I wanted to take you through one of my favourite books for sewing. It really helped me out when I was starting on my sewing journey. So grab a cup of tea and I will take you through it. So this is the book that I have been using for a while now. It was actually, I went on a sewing course and someone on that sewing course said they had been working through the book to help them with their sewing. So I basically picked up the book and started doing the same. I've made a few things out of it, I'll show you those. So I've made a version of the pyjamas that are in there, but I did them in a shorts version. So I did that. And I also made two of the different skirts. So this one was a skirt that's one of the easier ones and helps you with zips, and then this skirt I made, and it was the first self-drafted pattern, and it takes you through how to do that as well, so really helpful for that. And then I'm currently in the middle of making, I only sewed a couple of bits of this, a blouse out of this fabric. So yeah, it's really nice actually, because there's really quite a few wearable things within this book that I found. I think that was one of the things that really attracted me to this, was that in this book you've got a lot of styles that are really easy to wear, and that I personally would say that you probably would wear them more on day-to-day or office wear, not so much on evening and occasion wear. But then this is a book for beginners, so you wouldn't be expected to make those sorts of things at this level. I think what's really nice as well in this is that they do give you a lot of options for how to for how to edit and for how to change things up. So here they've got a gallery which gives you loads and loads of ideas of how you can make things that would really suit you, suit your style. Yeah, which I found really helpful in making what I made, certainly. One of the real bonuses though with this book that I would say is they really take you through techniques. So here for example, they focus on how to add in piping to a yoke. So it's something like this where you want to have a bit more of a close-up and you want to have more of an idea of exactly how to do it, and this book takes you through those bits step by step. It also takes you through more of the basics, things like putting in buttons and buttonholes, putting in zips, how to do darts, all of those sorts of things. So it takes you through step by step, and then it will refer back to those pages as you go through the various patterns. The patterns increase in difficulty as you work your way through the book, so it is quite a good idea to start at the beginning and start with the simple things, and then work your way forward. The patterns come in a big sheet like this. I won't open it fully out, but 8 times the size of that. And what you do need to do is, if you're going to get some of the patterns, get yourself some paper. It doesn't need to be sewing paper, but I got some because it's not that expensive. Just grab some off Amazon, and then you can trace out the patterns, and obviously you can trace them out directly in your size for what you need. So it gives you all the instructions on how to do that, and it also gives you all of the instructions of what to write on it, the different lines and marks you need to put in it, which is great because if you're creating the patterns you get more of an idea of how sewing patterns work and why certain things go in certain places. I think the only thing I would say about this book is that it is sort of difficult with the patterns, obviously, because you can't just cut them out. So if you wanted to get ahead straight away, you obviously need to have that bit of patience to actually trace out the patterns for yourself. But other than that, I found it extremely helpful, and I've recommended it to a few people who want to start with sewing. Yeah, if people are wanting to sort of get into making clothes particularly, this also helps because it gives you a few lifestyle tips. So it's not just about the sewing itself, it's also about how to incorporate sewing into your day-to-day life. Things like make sure you set yourself up a sewing space, taking measurements with you wherever you go, so that if you see something you like, you can just get it. You don't have to worry about referring back to the book that you might not have with you. So it's things like that. All in all, one of the most helpful things I found in growing my sewing, definitely. So yeah, if you wanted to push ahead and have someone who's got a lot of experience, a lot of love for sewing, take you through how they found sewing and get you from beginner to probably intermediate, then I'd say this is the book to help you do that. So there you go, that's my recommendation for this month. So that's it for now. I will pop a link in the description, so if you wanted to grab either the book or the sewing paper that I mentioned, you can do so. Also, if there's anything that you found really helpful when you were starting sewing, I'd really love to hear from you, so just pop a comment below. Subscribe to my channel because more videos will be coming soon, and I shall see you next week with some brand new stuff.